WVIN Bath. Good morning. Today is Thursday, September 1st, 2022. Here is the top news stories from around the area. Construction on I-86 is expected to finish in the next week. Westbound traffic has been shut down to one lane since early spring for a multi-phase replacement project. Local law enforcement would like to remind everyone that school starts next week. When you see a school bus stopped with its flashers on, you must come to a complete stop. The sheriff's office and the state police will be stepping up enforcement for the first 2 weeks while motorists readjust to school traffic. Looking at national and international news, a stone tablet has been discovered in Japan. Archaeologists say that there is some form of an ancient text on it, but the language predates any recorded history.
A tsunami warning is in effect, which includes the California, Oregon, Washington, British Columbia and Alaska coastal areas from Point Arena, California to Sitka, Alaska. At 2:50 a.m. Pacific Standard Time, a large unidentified object impacted the Pacific Ocean. As a result, tsunami waves have been generated. A tsunami warning means all coastal residents in the warning area who are near the beach or in low-lying regions should move immediately inland to higher ground and away from all harbors and inlets, including those sheltered directly from the sea. Those feeling the earth shake, seeing unusual wave action, or the water level rising or receding may only have a few minutes before the tsunami arrival and should evacuate immediately. Homes and small buildings are not designed to withstand tsunami impacts. Do not stay in these structures. All residents within the warned area should be alert for instructions broadcasted from their local authorities.
A tsunami warning is in effect for British Columbia and all coastal areas on the Pacific Ocean. At 2:50 a.m., an unidentified object impacted the Pacific Ocean. Tsunami waves have been generated. All residents must move inland and to higher ground immediately. Do not go near the shore to watch a tsunami hit. If you can see it, you are too close to escape. Should a tsunami occur, and you cannot get to higher ground, stay inside where you are protected from the water. It's best to be on the landward side of the house, away from windows. Often tsunamis occur in multiple waves that can occur minutes apart, but also as much as 1 hour apart. Monitor the tsunami's progress and listen for warnings or instructions from local officials. If you are safe when the first tsunami hits, stay put until authorities declare all is safe. After a tsunami hits, you may encounter flood waters. Flood waters can be dangerous to walk or drive through. Before driving anywhere, it is best to listen carefully to rescue officials who will be coordinating evacuation plans. Be aware of risks such as hypothermia from cold water or drowning from running water.
We interrupt our morning program to bring you breaking news out of the West Coast this morning. A series of tsunami waves struck the West Coast just a little while ago. The coastlines of Alaska, Washington, Oregon, California, and British Columbia have been devastated by these waves. We don't know how many people are missing, but emergency workers are currently handling over a dozen search and rescue missions. A black object fell from the sky and hit the ocean. This generated tsunami waves. Maritime shipping routes have been affected, and world leaders are monitoring the situation closely. Back here, local officials are asking all residents to avoid calling to western states to check on family members, as this will tie up the phone lines. A hotline will be set up within the next few hours so that resources can be detected for missing family members. The President and the Prime Minister of Canada are issuing a joint statement regarding last night's tsunami. We are going to listen live.
My fellow Americans, and to our Canadian neighbors, a powerful tsunami destroyed many of our communities. We are still working to find those who are lost, but we will not give up. America and Canada share a neighborly bond, and we will get through this crisis together.
following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. This is not a test. I repeat, this is not a test. An unusual situation is occurring over the Washington, D.C., Baltimore, and Alexandria area. Large black orbs have appeared over the skies of these cities. The ground has begun to lift up, and large rocks are now surrounding the orbs. This is a dangerous and life-threatening situation. All residents within a 50-mile radius of these cities need to evacuate immediately. Take the following actions now. Leave your homes or place of business immediately. Do not stop to grab anything. Shelters are being set up away from the cities, and the necessary items will be provided for you. Stay tuned to local media outlets for further information on this life-threatening situation. A tsunami warning is in effect, which includes the Potomac River from Washington, D.C. to the Chesapeake Bay, and all points within the Chesapeake Bay. At 4:14 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, large black orbs surrounded by Earth struck the Washington, D.C. and Baltimore area. The aftershock has created tsunami waves. A tsunami warning means all coastal residents in the warning area who are near the beach or in low-lying regions should move immediately inland to higher ground and away from all harbors and inlets, including those sheltered directly from the sea. Those feeling the earth shake, seeing unusual wave action, or the water level rising or receding may only have a few minutes before the tsunami arrival and should evacuate immediately. Homes and small buildings are not designed to withstand tsunami impacts. Do not stay in these structures. All residents within the warned area should be alert for instructions broadcasted from their local authorities. An evacuation order is still in effect for all residents within a 50-mile radius of the Baltimore, Alexandria, Washington, D.C. area. We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air providing news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is WHAM. We will continue to serve the Rochester area. If you are not in this local area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Rochester area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone line should be kept open for emergency use. Please stand by for a message from a representative of the President of the United States.
Good evening. I am speaking to you away from Washington, D.C. tonight. It is with great sadness that I must announce that the President, the Vice President, members of Congress, and their families have all perished as a result of the event that occurred today. Black orbs, similar to the one that hit the Pacific Ocean weeks ago, appeared in the skies over Washington, Baltimore, and Alexandria. These orbs then started to pull rock from the ground. After they did, they fell back to the earth, creating destruction in their path. Washington and Baltimore have been completely destroyed. Alexandria is partially intact, but the tsunami generated destroyed many coastal areas in Maryland, Virginia, and Delaware. Right now, a new president is being sworn in, and we do not know if this was an enemy attack or not. Martial law has been declared. A nationwide curfew is in effect. No unnecessary travel will be allowed. Failure to comply will result in arrest and imprisonment. At this time, all broadcast and cable systems are offline and will only transmit messages from the government until we can get a handle on this crisis. Thank you.
The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. This concludes operations under the emergency alert system. All normal programming operations may now resume.
Welcome back to all listeners. We have some major news stories to catch up on. Outside of the United States, there have been similar catastrophic events occurring. Several European capitals have been hit with black orbs, and the death toll is estimated to be in the hundreds of thousands. In Japan, the Prime Minister has faced 2 attempted assassination attempts by men dressed as samurai warriors. The leader of this group, who remains unknown, released a video online stating that he wants to bring peace to a world full of lies, and that his end goal is to wake everyone up to a new reality.
The following message is transmitted at the request of the Canadian government. This is not a test. Several cities are under attack from large unidentified creatures. These creatures appear to have humans controlling them. Citizens in large cities need to evacuate now. If you are in the country, you need to shelter in place. Please tune to news and radio stations for more information on this crisis.
We interrupt our programming. This is a national emergency. Important instructions will follow. This is an emergency action notification. All broadcast stations and cable systems shall transmit this emergency action notification message. This station has interrupted its regular programming at the request of the White House to participate in the emergency alert system. During this emergency, most stations will remain on the air providing news and information to the public in assigned areas. This is WHAM. We will continue to serve the Rochester area. If you are not in this local area, you should tune to stations providing news and information for your local area. You are listening to the emergency alert system serving the Rochester area. Do not use your telephone. The telephone line should be kept open for emergency use. At 12:03 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, several cities across the United States have come under attack from large unidentified creatures. These creatures appear to have humans controlling them. Information on these creatures is currently limited, and the military is attempting to stop this attack. The following cities have been impacted: New York City, Chicago, Los Angeles, Seattle, Colorado Springs, Dallas, Kansas City, Charleston, South Carolina, and Houston. All residents in these cities need to evacuate immediately. Take the following actions now. All residents within a 20-mile radius need to evacuate immediately. Take enough food, clothing, and water to last you up to 2 weeks. Shelters are being set up away from the cities. Take a battery-powered radio with you to receive updates on evacuation information. If you are outside of the 20-mile radius, shelter in place. To shelter in place, take the following actions now. Lock all windows and doors. Turn off all heating and ventilation systems. Move to a basement or an interior room on the lowest floor of your home. Have a battery-powered radio with you to receive news and information as they become available. All regular programming has been discontinued. The following message is being transmitted at the request of the United States government. The United States military is still fighting with these unidentified creatures. Many cities have been lost. Additionally, large deep forests have emerged where the cities once stood. This has been occurring globally, and the moon has also turned red. Continue to stay in your shelters and monitor local media outlets for further information on this developing situation.